Hi everybody, I'm Phil Fatica. Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. Very special guest for you today. Let me introduce you to, and I know you know her already, Jessica James. She's the recycling coordinator from Millcreek Township. And boy, have we got junk to talk about today. Literally junk to talk about today. This is a very special program that is going to be very, very fascinating because it's a rollout program, it's new, it's innovative, and you guys hopped on board and you got it.
We did it first.
Yeah, what is it? Let's take a look. I think there's a shot maybe here of the junk sitting on the set, and we'll explain what that junk is as we go along here. And this pertains to just about almost everybody out there. Some places not so much, but hopefully it's going to come about in your neighborhood real soon. So we're talking about a kind of waste management idea of coming to your door and picking up some stuff. But wait a minute. They already kind of almost come to your door and pick up your stuff.
Almost.
This is different stuff. Tell us all about it, Jess.
So of course, Waste Management does come to your curbside, weekly, and they pick up the trash and the recycling at your curbside on your normal collection day. What this program is, and it's fairly new, but it is the Waste Management at Your Door program.
Let's brag on that a minute.
Yes.
Waste Management at Your Door program, because Yuns is first. You were the pilot.
We were.
Not only in where we live, but in New York. Am I notes
Right.
correct?
New York and Western Pennsylvania.
Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
You first.
Yes.
How'd you go about doing that? What was the attraction?
Well, the attraction was that it is a new program. We started it in April of 2012. We began negotiating it into our contract in 2011. So, and I do want to give credit where credit's due. My supervisor, Judy Zelina, she is the recycling manager and oversees my department, but she saw this program coming down the tubes. She was approached by Waste Management. Millcreek Township, our residents are very good. If we roll something out, they are very good at jumping on board and being the guinea pig.
Sure.
So Waste Management and Judy were in talks with each other. Judy presented this program to our supervisors, and they jumped on board. Everybody saw a need to get rid of their household hazardous waste.
So this is not sneaking it into the wrong barrel and saying, well, they'll never know because they all dump it into the big container. This is something different, and I like this a lot because we can't do this anymore. We all know this, that you just can't throw out that hazardous stuff with the regular stuff. So we got the when and the why. Now what happens? So I need to make a phone call, or do I put it out with my normal stuff, or what are we talking about? And maybe then get a shot, I don't know, Bill's right, get a shot of whether some stuff we're talking about here, I think, is sitting on the edge of this.
I can be Vanna White. I've got my computer right here, some electronics, and my household hazardous waste. So of course, household hazardous waste is the leftover household products that you have finished using. They are corrosive, toxic, ignitable, and reactive ingredients, and we certainly, if there's any leftovers, don't want them going to the landfill.
No, we're taking a look at paint, polish, light bulb, alcohol, flat screen TV or flat screen computer screen?
Both, actually.
Both,
okay. So we can do the old computers, we can do the new computers. The program will take the new flat screen televisions as well as those large, bulky ones.
Okay, so this is just an example, as you see on the screen right now, of some of the items that are going to go into this, well, what is it? Is it a bag? Is it a box?
It is. It's a bag. It's a 33-gallon bag. And like you said, you do have to make a phone call. My best suggestion for this, and again, these are very, very hazardous and dangerous, either products or chemicals, and you'll make the call to Waste Management. What you're going to do is, you're going to start spring cleaning or, getting rid of this before the winter. That's when I find that it's most active. But what you're going to do is you're going to go through your household like I did before this interview, and I found in my house some hazardous waste. And I'll refer to it as household hazardous waste or HHW. So it's a nice little abbreviation for these items. But so for these items, you're going to go through your house, and I would suggest starting in your attic, your basement, your garage, and underneath the sink.
And don't put them out with the regular garbage or the regular recyclables and tuck them in a brown bag or something. Oh, they'll never see this, because this is really, I think it's your responsibility to make sure that these things that we show a little earlier, these are hazardous because, you know, it all goes somewhere.
Right.
And there's a classic saying that goes with this. It's called, we all live downstream. We all
Very
inherit
true.
something from somebody.
Right.
So, okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I like that HHW.
Yes, HHW. So, and the reason, and we started talking about, but the reason this came down the tubes was Waste Management had presented it to us in the contract, and we had thought this is a wonderful program to bundle into your normal curbside, you know, trash, recycling, and now at your door, household hazardous pickup.
It is literally at your door. I mean, if you have a driveway, it's going to be really tight to the garage door.
Yes, really tight to the garage door or right at your front door. And the reason why is because your driver, your regular residential trash or recycle driver, they don't want to pick these items up by accident. So we don't want them at the curb. We want them at the front door or at the garage door. And you don't have to be home or present when they're coming to pick them up, but you do have this bag, and they just don't want to confuse the two, which is why it's called the At Your Door program.
So it's a one bag, one time, but you can do it again 2 weeks from now or a month from now or 4 months?
Absolutely. So it is, so when you call and you've gone through your attic, your basement, you've pulled all of these items out, then you're going to make that call to Waste Management. And we can put the number here on the screen, but you're going to make that call to Waste Management, and they're going to ask you what you have to dispose of and what the quantity is. And that's very specific to them. I've actually driven to the transfer site and I've walked on the truck that they will separate everything. But the quantity is very specific because for each truck, they allot, and I don't know the specific amounts, but they allot, you know, 5 flat screen TVs, 20 paint cans, you know, whatever it is, they allot so much room on the truck for everything. So when you call Waste Management, they want to know what you're disposing of and how much you have of it and your address so they can come pick it up.
Now, it goes without saying, maybe I won't have as much as it's sitting right here on the table. And you notice there's a phone, there's a dial phone. I don't know if that's so much, but possibly, I don't know, a cell phone that doesn't work anymore, you know, because there's material in there. Yeah. But I go, yeah, but Jess, I'm not going to fill up a 33-gallon bag. Can I call my neighbors?
Yeah, you can call your neighbors to go in on it together. Okay. I've had people say, I've got one CFL bulb. Yeah. I don't want to call the program just for that. Yeah, you can go in on it with your neighbors. I do know a lot of people, after they've started clearing out, they will fill the entire 33-gallon bag. Wow. Or likewise, if you have a television that's a huge flat screen and it's not going to fit in that 33-gallon bag, that's fine too. You can just set that out after you call, schedule the appointment. You can set that out without the bag.
Oh, great. Now, I call them, and do I have to go pick it up? Do they bring it? How does it arrive? I mean, 33 gallons is pretty big.
Right, it's a big bag, and it's a very sturdy bag. Okay. I've done the program a couple times myself. I've called into the call center. Very, very knowledgeable and very helpful call center. You call them, let them know what you have. They're going to give you that new collection date. It is different than your curbside date. Okay. And they are going to send you that kit in the mail. And inside that kit is going to arrive that 33-gallon clear plastic bag, some labels, so you can label any items that, you know, maybe you were changing the oil on your car and you put it into, you know, a plastic milk jug, and it's now labeled milk, but you know it's not milk. So they provide you with the labels to label the items.
So that's good to know, because like lawnmower, you got the oil. Right. You just throw it in the field, you know?
Right.
Don't do that.
No.
We don't do that anymore.
You're right. Everybody is downstream, so we don't want to do that. And in this bag, they also give you a survey. And I do get all of those survey comment cards. And I have to tell you, the responses have been wonderful. But that is one thing that they provide.
Now, the number I know is 1-800-449-7587. We'll get that up on the screen. And there's also a website, and we'll get that up at WMAYourdoor.com. We'll get that up, and it's Monday through Friday, but we'll get that information up for them to put that up and see it. Is this everywhere? Is this everywhere that Waste Management picks up?
Well, yes and no. Okay. So it is a waste management program. Millcreek Township was the first to implement. Okay. With that being said, you have to bundle it into your contract. So we knew that we were starting a new contract and we bundled it right in. Right. We were the guinea pigs. So when we got phone calls from Harbor Creek Township and Fairview Township, and their supervisors had said, you know, hey, how did that program work for you? Did you like it? Did your residents use it? Was it successful? It absolutely is, and we can, you know, go over the success of the program. But because ours was so successful, Harbor Creek and Fairview Township have bundled this in. So we are the only 3 municipalities in Erie County that participate in this program.
The city of Erie does not. They have their own service.
No, they've got their own service.
Okay. Now, the obvious question, is there an extra charge?
There's no additional fee. So
say that again.
There's no additional fee to pick this up.
Whoa.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, because some places when they'll say they'll take that TV screen or that computer screen and they'll go, that'll cost you $450 or something like that. You know?
Right, exactly. Nope, there's no additional fee.
Okay.
It's already a part of the contract. Our residents pay $60.54 per quarter, so that's about $20 a month. But as a part of that quarterly contract, they are paying for their trash to be picked up weekly, their recycling to be picked up weekly, and this waste management at your door service.
That's a good deal.
It is. It
I think that is a good deal. Are people becoming comfortable with saying, okay, I'm not going to throw it out of sight, out of mind. I don't care. I'll throw it in Cascade Creek and pollute the fish. Who cares? I'm just me. But then there's me times 1,000 people who've done that all weekend. And then before you know, that all adds up. And you know that from other experiences you've had. Yeah. It's catching on, or people are going, well, yeah, I don't know, you know, it's so much easier just to take it across the field and throw it in there, you know, a couple of rabbits will nibble on it.
I have to say I'm so proud of our Millcreek residents. It has really caught on. And you know, initially the program was advertised, they sent a flyer out with the waste management bill. So that was the first thing that they did to advertise. We put it in our calendar, our magazine, on our website, on our Facebook page. But it was so successful in Millcreek Township, and it really caught on to the point where the transfer station was sending a truck from Waste Management from Pittsburgh, which is where all of our recycling goes. So nearby our recycling facility, sorting facility, was this transfer station for the household hazardous waste. Okay. And I do want to tell you, if I didn't mention it before, I would say 80 to 95% of the items that you see in front of you, they will be recycled.
Okay.
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 So, and it's all properly handled. But it was so successful, and Millcreek residents were calling so often, and the truck was driving to and from Pittsburgh to Erie and back again with all of our HHW, that it was more feasible for them to put a transfer station here in Erie. So that's what they did. They got DEP permits and certifications, and now the transfer facility is in Erie.
So applaud your efforts, absolutely. She mentioned, I just want to show you this. This is the Millcreek magazine that everybody gets. There's information in there, and of course, I think some of you stay there. You get the calendar, which is all kinds of information in here. And thanks to you for doing that.
Thank you.
Good job. This is the latest one here. This is the latest one here. But the one that you really want to maybe pay particular attention to, and you can get this at the Township building, is this guide right here. And I want to say that most people are very aware of wanting to do the right thing.
Yes.
Now, there's going to reach a point, and you said that some of these items that are over here at the end of the set, some things they can't take. So what do you do with those?
Right. So some items that you can't take, at least with this program, would be ammunition, firearms, fireworks, things like that. Okay. I would recommend calling the local police station and asking how they prefer you get rid of those materials. Okay. Other things that they don't take through this program, and when you're thinking, you know, household hazardous waste, what might that be? Yeah. They don't take appliances with Freon. And we have a lot of other avenues for people to get rid of that material.
It's been my experience that if you have like a refrigerator that's kind of given up the ghost a little bit, but you go, oh, what am I going to do with this? I think they'll pick it up, and you pay a small fee for them to remove the Freon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's a small fee. Waste Management can do it. Again, you have to pay the small fee. Some of our scrap metal haulers in town or recyclers in town do it. And then we, once a year in May, have a special collection event where we remove the Freon as well. So that's just one item that they don't take here, but we definitely have a lot of other avenues through Millcreek Township for you to get rid of items with Freon.
As you're talking, I'm thinking about, I'm looking in my garage, and I'm going, I got that, I have that. I'm going, oh, I don't want to throw that in the garbage. But I bet you my neighbors have got the same things.
Oh, sure.
And together we would have enough to make a bag. And they're conscious, very aware of our environment enough to make it so that these items would not be just thrown away.
Right.
Let's look at the computer. We all have the hard drives, the laptops. You have a laptop here. I don't know if they're going to get a shot of you or me. This is one here. And right inside of that puppy is a hard drive. And should I remove the hard drive from my computer or the laptop? And the answer is?
I definitely would.
Yeah.
You always want to protect yourself.
Exactly.
So you either want to remove it, or at least if you're going to leave the hard drive in it, have it erased.
And it's very easy to get these out of here, by the way. You can open this up, take it apart, and you'll see where the hard drive is. And I've taken them out of my machines in the past, and I've just put them in a vise, and I've bent and broken them.
Right.
Or you could have them electromagnetically erased. But you definitely don't want to just throw this out. There's a lot of valuable information that's stored on there. And in
That's
this
true.
age, thank you for saying that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you
You're
want
welcome.
to you want to either destroy it somehow. You can cut it with a bandsaw if you want. Throw the pieces in different places, and so that's really good. Now, medication. It just expires, or you open your medicine cabinet and you go, oh my gosh, I'll throw it down the drain. What the heck? The water will dissolve it. Well, that's not a good thing anymore, because that all goes into our drinking supply. So what about medication and prescription drugs?
Right. Medication and prescription drugs, we can put the different avenues. Again, it's not accepted through this program.
Okay.
I would say that throughout the county, we have several collection days. They are sporadic throughout the year, so I would just check back on the Millcreek Township website for them, or the Erie County Health Department. Also, the Erie County Health Department has set up several stations, and of course these are prescription drugs, so the police departments do need to be involved, and these take-back stations, these take-back bins, are usually located at a police department, but we're going to list on the TV those specific stations, because not everyone in the county participates.
Yeah, right.
But we've got a good list of them.
I know that there's one located in the courthouse, but
Exactly.
But they have to be monitored the whole time.
Right.
They have to have a police presence
Right.
at the site when those are being dropped off. So I know
Absolutely.
that's coming. Should mention, though, there is a small caveat. This is for residents, not businesses. Yeah.
Right. And that's a good point to make here. Of course, this is in with our quarterly billing, so it would make sense that this is only for residents. And with that being said, this program is not for, and I can't say everyone, because there's always a catch-22, right?
Right.
But if it's not usually available to multi-units or mobile home parks, condos, apartment complexes. I can't say that for every single case, though. So what I usually tell people to do if they're in a multi-unit is to call this number, give it a try, see if you're eligible. Because if your landlord or your condo association has set your trash up just like your curbside trash, and you're paying that $60.54 a quarter, you should be good to go to use this program. But if you're set up differently, if you're set up with dumpsters or something like that, you would not be eligible for the program.
I think when we just recently celebrated Earth Day, and it's taken on a significance, because when it was first celebrated, people just went, oh yeah, another party. But your generation has seen that that's very important.
Right, we take it
This
very,
is the only
very
planet we
seriously.
have.
Yes.
They're not making any more dirt.
No planet B.
And the water is scarce. Just ask the people out in California, some places, and of course sometimes we have a little bit too much. But I want to brag on you a little bit. I think maybe we can get this up as a graphic a little bit later. You have really, about 3 years ago, you have really proven that this works. And there's some statistics in my notes here that are really outstanding.
Just
Such
staggering.
as.
Yes.
Such as.
So in 2014,
Yeah.
the whole year from January 1st to December 31st, Millcreek Township, not including Fairview, not including Harbor Creek, Millcreek Township itself, Waste Management picked up from our homes 83,868 pounds of this HHW and electronic waste. Picked up over 83,000 pounds of this stuff.
That's an incredible number.
Yes, and now, like I
Huge.
said, waste.
86, let's call it 84,000 pounds.
Yes.
40,000 tons. No, yeah, 40,000 tons, yeah. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Anything else?
Well, and you know what, and Waste Management does an excellent job recycling this. When they first started the program, they said when we send stuff off, about 80% of that would be recycled. So what you see here, they disassemble it, or they, take it out of the bottle. I mean, they said about 80% would be recycled. When I look at my numbers of what was collected, that 84,000 pounds, 79,811 pounds was recycled. So that means when you're using this program, there is a 95% recycling rate.
Wow.
That these items, whatever you're getting rid of or disposing of, are going to be recycled.
Let me check that. It was 40 tons, not
40 tons,
40
okay.
tons. But that's an enormous amount.
Yes.
As things move forward, I think people will realize that other people are doing it, and there's a kind of a, well, I don't want to be left behind. Let's be good neighbors and show this off.
Right, right.
Yeah. You remember when there was the Harper Drive site that was, which the golf course was built on.
Right.
And they cleaned that up.
Right, and they just cleaned up the Curry landfill also, which I think
Exactly.
lacrosse fields are going to be built on pretty
Sure,
soon.
yeah. And you know, people are saying that we need to reclaim this, and we can do this instead of just throwing it away. Oh, well, the trees will grow up around, the weeds are there, and nobody
Right.
cares anyway. I'll
Right.
take my spare tires. Speaking of which, spare tires. Tires that just the treads are worn down on, the snow
Yes.
tires aren't running good. Can I throw those in the pot?
No, you cannot. So that's
Okay.
one of the items. A little too big for this program. Not the right avenue. For tires, I would suggest if you're getting new tires, see if the place you bought them from can't recycle them. They usually can for a very, very small fee.
All right.
If you can't, every year, every May, again at that special collection event I talked about, every May we do collect tires. We do a tire collection day, and I will tell you we collect over 1,000 tires from our residents.
Where do you collect them?
We collect them at the Millcreek Compost and Recycling Center, and it's usually the third Saturday in May.
Is that on Millfair?
On Millfair Road.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another successful project
Oh,
in
it is.
collaboration with Fairview.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it
so
is.
Millcreek and Fairview residents can do what? To bring what? To have what? And just have a little tag on your window, your vehicle that says,
Oh,
I'm
yes,
a resident?
Yes,
Yeah.
so out at Millfair, and again, I was talking about the tires going to Millfair, and that's one special day. But all year long from, you know, the spring and summer, fall seasons, from April 1st to right around the first week in December, Millcreek and Fairview residents can bring their brush out to the Millfair Compost and Recycling Center, and we turn it into compost and mulch.
That's a wonderful. And this is Jessica James. Jessie is the recycling coordinator. She does everything as far as this is concerned, and she's just such a wonderfully do everything, know everything, so bubbly and effusive, and gets this rolling. Now we're going to put up on the screen for you a kind of a list, and I had a listing, I believe, here somewhere
Yes.
of the products that are acceptable materials, because people have a lot of questions, and we'll get this up on the board for you here.
Yes.
There are acceptable materials that you can put out. And this, I think, will be a big help to you. So let's start up on the upper left with my notes. It says that
Yes.
automotive products, because that's what most people have. I have a lot of stuff
Right.
there that,
And-
I don't want to throw it down the drain.
Right,
Come
oh,
on.
absolutely not.
No,
Not
no,
down the
no,
drain,
no.
not down the storm sewer,
Yeah.
not in the grass. So automotive products, some things, and I'm not going to list everything off because it is a long list, but antifreeze, brake fluid,
Yeah.
cleaners. One thing that I thought was really cool that they accept is oily rags. What a strange thing, but they do accept oily rags,
Yeah.
polishes, and waxes. And if you don't mind showing the HHW over here again, I will say when I bought my home,
Okay.
the two in front, the two waxes, it's a little pink container and a little blue
Okay.
container.
Yep.
I actually found that in my garage, and you know,
people don't know what to do with them.
no, and they're so
And they don't
old.
want to. They don't want
you
to throw
know,
them out, and they know it's not
No.
good, but they don't know how to get rid of them. So this is
Exactly.
the perfect opportunity. Now, a lot of people who have either above or in-ground swimming pools.
Yes.
What do you do with all that stuff? You don't drink that. So
Right.
you have acid, chlorine, liquid tablets.
They
that
take
can
all
be
of
that
that.
can take all of it. Okay. And let's go back to what most people seem to have nowadays, and that's the computer.
Yes.
That would be
The laptop.
the CPU, the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse. How about printers?
They take printers also.
Okay,
Yes,
wow,
they take
that's-
anything with a circuit board. So I'm kind of skipping around here. But
Yeah.
as far as electronics go, they take anything with a circuit board. So CD-ROMs, microwaves. I get microwave phone calls,
Really?
microwave questions all the time. They take microwaves. VCRs, DVD players, CD players, phones. I've got my rotary phone out here, and any related cords. So if you've got attachments and hookups to your television, you can put the related cords out with it.
Okay. Now, big one here, tires I asked about. What about the batteries for the vehicles?
The batteries, the auto batteries are accepted.
Okay.
So just think of a lot of your automotive products are accepted back with this program.
So that's not a bad deal then, because I
No.
know that people have them when they go, oh, I forgot to load it in the car, it's 9 at night, I'll take a
Right.
ride where it's dark and just throw it out the window and life will be good.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's really not a
Yeah.
good idea. Again, this is a new program that is couple of years old, and it's looking to expand into a neighborhood where you live, if you don't have it already, and that would be the Household Hazardous Waste and Electronic Home Pickup, or as you like to refer it as.
I like to call it HHW, the At Your Door program.
That's your door. And that would mean, what are you going to do? You're going to call somebody, and who's going to show up? What's going to happen? I'm going to call. I got a lot of stuff. Don't want to throw it in the garbage. We've got a couple minutes left.
Right.
What do you do? You're
going to call Waste Management for the collection of your household hazardous waste and your electronics. The number is 1-800-449-7587. I have it memorized. I say it probably 8 times a day. The website is www.wmatyourdoor.com. If you are not calling between the hours of 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, you can get online, type in your zip code, and they know that you are signed up for the program by typing in your zip code.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any kind of a financial benefit? Does the township benefit by having more people do this? Does the Waste Management say, gee, this is really nice, we'd like to help you all keep the environment clean?
Well, you know, there's no financial benefit to us. You know, we just do it and we implemented the program, so our residents had some way to dispose of these products, and I probably didn't touch on it, but a lot of these products, and especially now in 2013, the televisions and the computers, a new law got passed by the DEP. It's called the CDRA, Covered Device Recycling Act. Those items, the electronics, are now banned from the landfill. So you really shouldn't, you know, put it out the curb.
No.
It won't be collected. Don't sneak it in there. We've got this program for you.
Yeah, I hate the people that sneak their garbage into other people's garbage too. You know, come on. You know. Time to pony up here. You know. All right, we got a couple of minutes left. The last couple of words are all yours. I believe they're going to take you on that camera. Tell them to make sure that you want to try this.
Yes, absolutely. You do want to try this program. If you have any questions about the program, you can contact me at Millcreek Township, Jessica James. My number is 814-833-1111, extension 317. My email address is jjames@millcreektownship.com. You can like us on Facebook. You can check out our website, check out our calendar, our magazine, our recycling guide. This program has been so successful, and the one thing I didn't mention was that Millcreek Township, again, has been so great at doing this program. We have doubled the state participation rate, and we have tripled the national average for using this program. We did good.
Kudos to you. Another one.
Thank you,
How about
Phil.
a fist bump?
Yes, we can do it. Millcreek residents have done it on this one. They've really knocked it out of the park.
You've knocked it out of the park.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Phil Fatica. Until next time, take care.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.